This is a tutorial on the Tascam DR-07 audio recorder. For the purposes of this demonstration, I've attached a tripod to the bottom of the Tascam so that I can free my hands up to point things out and to gesture wildly. So let's look at the left side of this. And we can see there is a power button, a hold switch, and there's a place where the SD card lives. So let's just start with the power button. If you hold down on the power button, you have to hold on to it for a few seconds, and it powers up. To shut down, you hold down on the power button for a few seconds until you see that, and it shuts down. This hold switch, when switched on, locks all of the buttons, just in case you think you're going to accidentally stop the recording. When you turn the hold switch on and you try to press one of the buttons, you'll see this. To turn it off, just switch it off. This unit records its audio to an SD card, which is located behind this door, which comes off. They don't normally come off like that, but over time, that's what happens. Normally, it would look something like this. Regardless, it does go back on securely. The SD card is provided. There's an additional USB port, which we don't use. You could copy your files using that, but we typically record to the SD card, and you would put your card in your computer and copy the files that way. If your computer does not have an SD card slot, we can provide, and you can check out the SanDisk SD card reader. On the top of the unit, we have the stereo microphones, and there's an additional mic input. You can plug in any microphone that has a 3.5mm jack, such as our Pulse-in lav mic. Keep in mind that when you do plug a microphone in, it disables the onboard microphones. Another note, the onboard microphones are very directional. That is to say, they pick up sound that is directly in front of them this way, not off to the sides, and not behind. So definitely you want to point your Tascam at the source of the audio if you're using the onboard mics. On this side, we have some more controls and some more ports. We have a line out, which is, you'll see there's a headphone icon as well. That is your headphone jack. Line in over here, you will not likely use. It's for line level signals coming out of a mixer, so do not use that for headphones. Output level controls the level of your headphones, so you can raise the volume of your headphones there. It does not affect your recording. This does affect your recording, the record level, and that is how you will set your level before you actually do a recording. On the back is the battery compartment. It slides off, 2 AA batteries. We will provide the batteries, and there's a battery level indicator that shows 3 bars full. We will swap out the batteries if it is any lower than 2 out of 3 bars. If we're recording an interview, we're going to want to get a mic check first, make sure our level is correct. So we'll hit this record button once, and what that does, it allows us to see the levels, and you'll notice the record light is flashing. It is not actually recording. I'm going to use my phone's light so we can see this because that light just keeps going out. Okay, so we can see we have levels, but you'll notice the numbers that signify hours, minutes, and seconds are not rolling. So we are not recording. However, we do have a level, and if you look to the right, there's a number that keeps changing. It says minus 25 decibels, minus 16, et cetera, minus 27. So that's not really a good level for voice. What we want to get is, minus 12 to minus 6 decibels. So to do that, we need to raise the level of the audio using the record level dial. And you'll have your talent talk. Hopefully they'll talk in a normal tone of voice. Some people have them count, but that's not always the best method. So I'm just going to say testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's going around minus 11, minus 6, et cetera, et cetera. So that's not bad. A good rule of thumb, if you can't see those little numbers, is to have those levels hit at around where the center of all those zeros are. So you see 6 zeros right between the third and the fourth zero right there. So that's probably a pretty good area. You could go a little bit above that as well, but you don't want to go to the point where it's too much, and you'll know it's too much when the peak light lights up. I'm going to raise that level up so that you can see that peak light lighting up. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There it is lighting up, and as you can see, the levels are showing that it's banging right into the top and it's distorting. Well, I'll just hit the record button. I'll record a little bit of this, so now you can hear what that sounds like. It's not good. So that's what it sounds like when it's too high. So we're going to bring that down and to a reasonable level. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So much better. To stop the recording, you simply hit Stop Home. If you're going to use the onboard microphones to record a voice, you'll want to make sure that you are positioned off to the side of the mouth, still pointing at the mouth, but off to the side. If you point directly in front of the mouth, it will distort when the person talks into it because the breath and the wind that's coming out of the mouth causes that to happen. For instance, I am going to record myself just saying the P sound. P sounds are called plosives, and they make that wind effect. So I'm going to do it off to the side. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I'm just going to, if I blow this way, nothing. If I blow this way, see, distortion. So you're going to have that issue. And even if you use a windscreen, you still may have it. But at least you can try something like this. We don't offer it with the recorder, but you can ask for it when you pick up the recorder. It's just a foam windscreen, and it sits on top of here, just like that. And that may do the trick. And so now with the windscreen on, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Quite a difference. And blowing, a difference, definitely. And a little more blowing, not so great, but you get the point. If you're in a heavy wind, you probably want to get out of it, and always wear headphones so you know what you're getting. There's a shuttle ring and a play pause button, which is also a select button. You can play back your recorded audio. When you hit the play button, it will play back the last recorded clip. If you use these arrows to navigate back, right now it was at 36, it was number 36 was the file. If I hit this again, it will go back, 35, 34, etc. And it's playing back. The only way to hear it is to use headphones, so definitely want to have headphones with you. This wheel also controls menu settings. So if I go into the menu and I want to navigate to something, I can do that with the wheel, select it with the play pause button. In some instances, you have to use the arrow right to select it and the wheel to change it. But I'm just going to leave that alone for now, because when you check it out, the settings will be best for a general recording situation. If you do handhold the Tascam while you're recording, make sure you're not moving your fingers about on the device while you're recording. It will transmit noise through the microphones and it will sound not very good. The handling noise is not an issue if you use something like a lav mic. Once you plug it in, it disables the onboard mic, which is the microphone that's picking up the handling noise. And always, always, always wear headsets. It's an absolute must. Wear them while you're recording, while you're doing a mic check. You never know what you're getting. Those audio meters will tell you you're getting something, and they'll tell you the level you're getting, but you don't know the quality of what you're getting. That is to say, they won't tell you if there's a lawnmower in the distance, if there's an airplane that you're not paying attention to, or if there was some construction going on. So headphones, 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 always wear headphones. Well, that's about it. If you need to find this in Connect 2, you just type Tascam into the search bar and it'll show up. If you have any further questions, you can find our contact information on the homepage of the Connect 2 website.